PewDiePie, the N-word, and compulsive offensiveness. Hey, it's Prince of Queens, and you might have heard that PewDiePie called somebody the N-word while playing a game on Twitch. He was playing against somebody that apparently annoyed him, and he said, I quote, "What a fucking nigger. Jeez, oh my god, what the fuck? Sorry, but what the fuck? What a fucking asshole. I don't mean that in a bad, Jesus fuck." First things first, my personal stance on this word is this. I don't think that people should say it when they aren't quoting somebody if they aren't black, and I would encourage people not to say it. I'm not going to do anything to you if you aren't black and you say it, though if you say it habitually, I might mention to others that I think that it's weird. It's not that I think everybody who says it is an automatic flaming racist, because I've come across numerous people that say it for complicated reasons that I'll get into in the latter part of this video. However, what I will say is this. If you aren't black and you say the N-word frequently, you are definitely signaling to the world that you don't really care what black people think of you in regards to whether or not you are racist. You more than probably know what they'll think, and if you choose to say it anyway, you are sending a certain message, and more likely than not, stressing them out, which is why I don't say it, even if I knew I'd always get away with it without getting socked. Still, I definitely think that people have become hyper-paranoid about saying that word, as well as faggot, which I get to say because I'm gay. People are paranoid even around saying just cunt or tranny, as these have become completely taboo things to say over the past few years, due to the SJW mentality. Though it's not like I don't understand why this came about, the SJW mentality. You see, back during the Bush years, people who legitimately weren't cool with gay people said faggot a lot. And these were largely people who said faggot not because they had encountered a number of annoying homosexual males and thought they were annoying after they tried to be cool with them, which is likely what people feel like these days. Rather, back during the Bush years, it was not uncommon at all for people to largely not really know any gay males, because being openly gay was still relatively taboo in many geographical locations in the United States due to the general attitude of homophobia that was still pervasive in our culture at the time. Thus, these people didn't really actually know gay guys, but they thought the idea of gay guys fucking each other was gross. Thus, when people said that's gay, they really were, in most cases, implying that this thing is bad because gay people are bad. Or they would call somebody a faggot because they were saying that being a gay male was about the worst accusation they could throw at somebody. And if they called a gay guy that, it was usually to let them know how much they hated gays. Now, obviously, things changed, and now a lot of people I know through YouTube call people faggots as insults, but simultaneously are legitimately totally cool with numerous gay males, and probably gay males as a whole, and aren't really calling the person homosexual when they say faggot. That said, a lot of those people could easily say now that back during the Bush years, when I observed people on the internet calling people faggots as an insult, it could have been something that wasn't explicitly anti-gay, in the same way that it isn't really anymore. However, here's where I think the difference lies, and why I am fairly positive there is really a difference. Back during the Bush years, the people on the internet that I came across that called people faggots obviously had no problem calling people faggots because they did it all the time, but I don't remember them ever using the N-word. No, during the Bush years, even with relative shitlords, it was completely unacceptable to say the N-word, because these people didn't want anybody to think that they were racist. However, apparently they had no problem with people thinking that maybe they were homophobic, even though they almost always claimed not to be. So now, during the opening stages of the Trump presidency, coming out of the most hypersensitive, politically correct cultural climate that the Western world has probably ever seen in regards to protecting the feelings of women and minorities, I believe that things are totally different. When I look around at my peers and people a bit younger than myself that happen to make compulsively offensive jokes or use certain words that they have been forbidden to use, I don't think of them saying these words with even the subtle implication that the group the word refers to is bad. At least not generally. Sure, there will always be legitimate full-blown racists and homophobes that say these types of words. But really, I think most people have been driven to saying such words by feeling trapped into a corner in regards to what they can say at all, and wanting to liberate themselves, and it comes out in abrupt outbursts. When somebody is told that, basically, their life could be over if they uttered a certain word while other people were listening, it is a horrible feeling. So when people realize that this isn't necessarily the case, and they can start to say the word in front of people and nobody cares, it becomes an invigorating feeling. It's liberating, really, to say out loud a word that maybe you really shouldn't say generally, simply due to the fact that people telling you not to say it for the past 5 years were fucking assholes that should have not been giving you orders in the first place. Defying SJWs and the media people that created the social justice monster that we are still fighting is a worthy act of rebellion by itself. And thus, people say stuff that I personally try not to say myself. But I really can't blame them, especially if they are playing Quiplash. That's all I have to say for this video, and now I am going to go binge on Overwatch and call people cunts when they kill me.